to day 9 of 31 Days of Halloween. Today's video is my take on the Cheshire Cat. As I mentioned, Alice in Wonderland is one of my favorite movies, so I couldn't pass this up. So this is inspired by Jordan Hans and Maria.alexxis. I will link them down below. And just a heads up, I did do my foundation in the video, but it got too long, so I cut it out. So I have foundation, concealer, setting powder, and I have primer on my eyes to start off. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started. So first, taking the Morphe 35B palette, I'm going to take the lightest pink shade here, and we are going to use this as our transition shade. So this is going to be brought quite high up, and I'm just going to build up the intensity. Next, taking the purple pink mid-tone shade in the palette, I'm just going to layer this right over top. Next, going into my Urban Decay Electric palette and taking the brightest pink shade I have in my collection. I'm going to keep this more in the actual crease, and you'll see I just keep building it up and building it up. This look is also a lot of layering, just like many of my past looks. So next, taking the mid-tone purple shade in the palette, I'm going to apply this to my lid. And then going in with the dark purple shade from the electric palette and some Fix Plus, I'm going to wet my brush to get the most color payoff, and I'm going to pack this over top just on the lid. Now we want a nice transition between that purple and the pink, so I'm going back in with that matte purple shade that we used originally, and I'm just applying this to the deepest part of the crease because I didn't want the lid to be purple and then just to have a pink crease. I wanted it to flow. So next, going in with my NYC matte liquid liner, I'm going to create quite a dramatic wing. A very dramatic wing. And you want to take it right into the very inner corner of your eye. This is going to create that cat eye shape. Next, going back in with that bright pink shade, and I'm going to take an angled brush and we are going to fill in our brows. So I just followed the natural shape of my brows. And then just adding light hair-like strokes at the front. Next, taking my Too Faced Love Flush palette, I'm going to take the very blue toned pink shade in here, and we are going to use this to contour our face. So all the usual spots that you would contour bronze, so your cheekbones, your temples, your forehead, and you just keep building up the intensity till you have it how you would like. Next, going in with the NYX Single Eyeshadow in Pink Lady, I'm just going to darken that contour up a little bit, closest to the perimeter of my face, so that we have a nice fade from dark pink to light pink, and keeping it more in the actual hollows of my cheekbones. So next, going back in with that same blush shade from Too Faced, we are going to contour our nose. So I'm bringing this quite far into the inner corner of my eye, and then it's just about 3/4 of the way down my nose. Next, taking my Mehron Aqua Paints. You can tell this is the first video I filmed because it is clean and nice. So I mixed the blue, the red, and the white shade to get this light pink shade with a little touch of purple. It's like a very cool tone pink. And I'm just going to draw on that cat nose shape. And then fill it in. So next, mixing a little bit of white into the same shade that we just had, I'm going to apply this to the center of my nose and just dab it out with my finger. And then again, adding some more white to it and just keeping this on the very center of my nose. And this will help create the look of a more round nose rather than a two-dimensional nose. So next I'm going to take a white pencil liner and we are going to sketch out the mouth. So I drew a U shape above my lip and then another U shape going to a point. We're going to curve it around and then just a clean shape all the way down. Does that make sense? I don't know how to describe these shapes that I'm using. I just use the white pencil first because it's the most forgiving. So then going to take the black paint from the Mehron Paradise paints, and I'm going to outline the shape that I just drew so you'll better see it then. But the point of the white liner is if you make a mistake, it's very easy to just rub off. You don't have to take the makeup off underneath or anything like that. So that's why I always start like that. And take your time with the mouth shape. It is the focal point of the look. So next with my black paint, I drew in the teeth shape. I did this with the black paint rather than the liner because the teeth shape I just kept very triangular and very straight, and I just made them smaller as we went back, and I actually made them different shapes as well, or sorry, different sizes. So I outlined them in the black paint. That way when I wanted to fill in the rest of the mouth, it was very easy. You can tell I kept the front ones quite a bit bigger. So then going in with the black paint again, and I'm going to fill in all the negative space. And this part is definitely the most time consuming, but I really love the way that it turned out. Also, if you're wearing this out, I would recommend using a gel liner for this part because if you lick your lips or if you're drinking or anything like that, the paint is water activated, so it will run. So using a gel liner would definitely be beneficial. I was, however, going out for dinner with my brother afterwards for his birthday, and let me tell you, my face was some kind of stained from all this pink. Mostly my eyelids, actually. Okay, so next I'm taking my NYX white liquid liner. Originally I had used the water activated paints, but they started to mix a little bit and create more of a gray tone for the teeth rather than white. So I just decided to switch to the liquid liner, plus this will stay on better. Just take your time and fill the teeth in. Make sure you leave the black border around the outside of them. Next, going back in with the Too Faced Love Flush Blush, and I'm going to shade around the whole mouth just so that it looks like the mouth is casting a shadow from the lips on the rest of the face. I kept it darkest underneath my chin as well as at the highest points of the mouth. Next, going in with the NYX Single Shadow again, I'm going to just further deepen the areas that I was just talking about, so the tops of the mouth where it's pulled up, and this will just further sell the shape that the mouth is really pulled up at the sides, and then underneath the chin as well. So again, going in with that blush, I am going to create kind of like a line following the mouth shape, but higher, and you'll see why in just a minute. So I'm just going to create pretty much the exact same shape as the mouth. So I'm going to go in a little U shape, bring it up above my nose, and then on the other side. Next, I'm going to take the body paint in the darker pink shade, and I'm just going to create hair-like brush strokes going over top of that pink shadow line that we just created. And then I'm going to mix some more white in with that pink shade and just apply some more hair-like strokes over that. Just because the Cheshire Cat is A, he's striped, and B, it just creates a little bit of dimension throughout the hair. So now we're going to add some whiskers with the black body paint. And then taking the white liquid liner, I'm just going to put a dot at the base, because if you look at whiskers, they have that little spot at the bottom that they're growing out of. And now we're going to add some stripes to our neck, so I'm just taking the same darker pink shade, applying this in stripes. And then I mixed a purple shade, filling in the empty stripes that we had. So next, going in with the light pink tone shade, I'm going to blend this underneath my eye. So as you can tell, I added some lashes. These are the Koko Goddess lashes. And I added these cat eye contacts, which really sold the look. Going back in with that pink, bright pink color from the electric palette and applying this closer to the lash line. And then finally going in with the purple shade that we used on our lid from the electric palette and keeping this on the lower lash line. So you can see that the contacts actually twist, so you have to be careful because randomly you'll notice that your contact is sideways. So we're going to apply some black liner to our waterline. And then to finish off that cat shape, we are going to add a second little line on the bottom and making sure that the initial line is brought down really far because we want that point to the cat's eye. Next, taking some white liquid liner, I'm just going to apply this in the middle just to create that contrast, and you can really notice that the whites of our eye are brought down. So that is it for today's look, everyone. I threw on this purple wig from the dollar store, and like I said, I have these yellow cat eye contacts in, and I love the way that they look. If you guys enjoyed this look, then don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of my 31 days of Halloween, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.